Can you tell us about these certificates?
Right. If you can read that, it says An Ras Táilteann. That is the 8-day Tour of Ireland cycle race. It's been going on now since about 1953. And I wrote it in 1960 when I was 22, and then I wrote it in 1963 when I was 25. And you got to finish your certificate for it. We call it RAS. Down south they pronounce it RAS, which is probably the correct pronunciation, but in the Ulster dialect we always say is pronounced ah.
How did you become interested in cycling?
Yeah, well, when I was about 12 or 13, with a big family, there was 11 in our family, so there was no luxuries in those days, and you had to go out and just get your own things, and that was it. So I swapped my guider, which is what we call a soapbox cart, for a bicycle frame, and a lady up the street had old wheels laying in the yard, and so I just built my own bike. And a couple of other kids did the same, so we just played about the streets, and then we started doing little cycle runs up to Glengormley and up to the country and so on, and that's just how it started. And I think maybe the fact that I did it myself gave me the more interest, kept at it then. And the kids that started with me, Liam Tumblety, Harry MacDonald and so on, they're all still keen cyclists, and we're all still the best of friends.
Very good.
So that got us interested in cycling, and obviously we saw cyclists about the roads, racing cyclists, so we decided we wanted to do that as well. And then we heard about St Gabriel's Cycling Club in Ardoyne, which was just right next to our district. So we joined St Gabriel's and then got involved in time trial. And Billy Smith, who's the timekeeper now of all the league races, Billy was at the time, or the St Gabriel's at the time, and Billy and I are still great friends. He was here yesterday, as a matter of fact. And that was it. We got involved in racing, and I've been at it ever since. Still do club races and so on.
Okay, where did the time trials take place, and what exactly are they? They're timed races, of course.
Yes, well, there's there's lots of types of bicycle racing, but the main type of bicycle racing, as you know, is road racing, where they all start together in a bunch and first man home. But a time trial is where each rider starts off individually, and he is timed for the distance. They start off at minute intervals, and the rider, of course, with the shortest time for that distance is the winner.
Okay, and were these taking place on the roads in Belfast?
Oh yes, in the old days, the very popular place was the Antrim Road. There was no traffic in those days, so you could ride a 25-mile time trial by starting at Glengormley, going out to Antrim. And the 10-mile time trial would have been starting at Glengormley down to Temple Patrick and back. They were the main courses. There were other courses, but the Antrim Road was the most popular.
Okay.